Today's Cosplay Con Talk episode is sponsored by Moco Queen Color Contacts. Don't forget to use my code Wayne for 10% off at checkout at mocoqueen.com. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. How's it going, everyone? Wayne Lino here, and welcome back to another episode of Cosplay Con Talk, where we basically discuss everything pertaining to the cosplay community and conventions. That's all I have to say. I'm now going to be giving it to our host, Kat Valentine Cosplay, who will let you know what we'll be doing again tonight.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So, we're going to be doing another episode of Am I the Asshole Cosplay Edition. If you've seen the episodes before, then you're probably familiar with what we do. If not, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown. So, I have scoured the internet to find all sorts of sort of advice and am I the asshole-esque posts relating to the cosplay community, conventions, anything adjacent to that. And we are going to be your judge, juries, and executioners, and we are going to decide if these people are the asshole, if they're not, if everybody sucks, if nobody sucks. We're going to find out, and it's going to be fun. So I hope you guys enjoy. Do y'all want to introduce yourselves?
I mean, everyone knows who I am because I already introduced myself. Minty?
Are you again?
Are we sure?
Yes, we're
Me.
sure.
I'm just gonna choke over here. Hi, I'm Minty of Minty Boys and Cosplay. I am primarily in the competition scene, but I am always around. I'm currently taking a gap year to embrace my gifted child burnout syndrome. And I have been reading pretty much the entire year, so I am just here along for the ride. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Give me just one moment. My cat has decided that she wants to join. And she wants to
Ooh.
scream, don't you? You just
By the
want to
way,
scream.
Kat, can I read
Yeah?
this first? Can I read this first one?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. And I know, Minty, you were saying you were wanting to read too, right?
Yep.
Okay. So now we can all read this time. All right, let me pull this up. Okay, so this Reddit post was posted 3 years ago. It's been since deleted, I don't know. It has 78 upvotes and 47 comments. Yeah, and this one is,
Nice.
yeah, I can do better. Am I the asshole for cosplaying a character my friend hates? I mean, I think to be fair, you're
Maybe.
always you're always gonna have that one cosplay that someone hates, but it's like you're the one who decided to cosplay it. It's your decision. In the end of the
Mhm,
day, if no one likes it, well, they can kindly fuck off. And
mhm.
that's by one for now. We shall see. Anyway, let us begin. So my friend recently introduced me to Danganronpa V3.
Oh boy.
I've only seen part of the first season and seen the game. I really don't know much about Danganronpa except for the people I've seen cosplay from it. Um,
Fandom is interesting, to put it
and
nicely.
yeah, I'll just leave it at that. And I really love it. I'm planning on entering a cosplay contest at an anime convention this fall, and I decided to cosplay my favorite character from the game, Korikiyo Shinguji. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Someone can correct me if I said it right. I'm going to make a Victorian ball gown based on his uniform, and I bought all the fabric yesterday. I'm really, really excited.
Ooh.
They're gonna do a ball gown version. So if anyone's familiar with Korikiyo from Danganronpa, you know what his outfit looks like. I've seen a few cosplays of it myself on
Mhm.
Instagram, and it's a really cool cosplay. So the fact that this person's wanted to do a ball gown version of it, and from someone who has made dresses and cosplays as Kat, and if you see Minty's,
Yeah.
this is really really cool.
Oh
So I
man, this sounds so cool. On the off chance that like the person who posted this sees this, if you could like send us pictures of the cosplay once you finish, because that sounds so cool and I want to see it.
well
Anyways, I'm
this
sorry.
was
Go ahead, Wayne.
this was 3 years ago, so I'm sure you can find it somewhere on the internet.
Somewhere.
Excuse me,
All
I'm
right.
just gonna go investigate that.
So I told my friend who introduced me and showed me the pattern I made for the dress, and she got really mad at me. She said I shouldn't cosplay as Cody Kyo, and I thought she was talking about the militaristic look of his uniform. He has a red armband, which in Japan is used to identify the leader of a club. I think, but obviously uh it looks bad to American audiences. I mean, there's a lot of things in the cosplay community when you're cosplaying certain characters, especially characters of different ethnicities, races, and
Mhm.
other things. It's looking at you. Um, oh God, what's the name of that anime? Where it's very controversial and people cosplay as
Mhm.
Germany. Hatalia.
Oh, Italia.
I'm
Yeah,
looking at you,
yeah.
Hatalia.
Well, and the thing is, it's not just bad to American audiences. There is a long history with red armbands.
I could
So
think of a
that's,
few.
yeah, no, that's something you want to tread very, very carefully on. And it's not just, oh, people are being too sensitive. No, there's like a legitimate history and
Yeah.
there's so much
Oh
behind
yeah,
that. So
that's why with some people.
be respectful,
That's why
everybody,
when
if you decide to do something like this.
yeah. And that's why some people who cosplay as Kodakio do not have the armband.
Slay.
Same people who cosplay as Tanjiro when with his earrings.
Hmm.
They have
Yeah,
different
they make
earrings,
sure it's
not
not the rising sun symbol.
Insan ones. Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
And I quickly assured her that I'd be replacing his hat and armband with a flower crown and a circlet of roses, respectively. He has a lot of roses behind him in the official artwork, which I have seen, and the artwork is really fantastic. But
Hmm.
apparently, that's what she wasn't mad about. She just hates the character. She said I should know better than to cosplay someone she hates. I'm gonna go on a limb here and say you guys are in your late teens, early 20s. If you're adults, then there's something really wrong with your friend.
Hmm.
But the issue is that I don't uh okay. But the issue is that I don't know she hates him. I pointed that out, and she said I should have asked before going and buying 6 yards of fabric. I told her it's ridiculous to expect me to run my cosplay ideas past her, but she insisted she'd do it for me and never cosplay a character I hate. She's still mad that I'm cosplaying Ko Kokichi Oma at my Summerween party. Okay, I'm gonna look up Kokichi Oma real quick. Sorry everyone, I'm just curious.
Yeah, no worries.
Kokichi.
Oh, it's the checkerboard kid.
Oh, the
Oh, from
skeleton kid.
Danganronpa V3. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, I've seen cosplays of him. I actually have. I
Yeah.
know some people who've cosplayed him. I have some friends who, if anyone knows, I,
Ah, yeah.
all right. Anyway, um, she's still mad I'm cosplaying as Kokichi Ome at a Summerween party. She refuses to believe that I'm genuinely like either of these characters since she hates them and thinks I'm just doing it to spite her. I tried to tell her that I wouldn't spend money and effort just to spite someone I haven't even known that long, but she didn't believe me she didn't believe me and just kept saying I was trying to hurt her. She finally said she doesn't want to hear any updates on my Kodakio dress or see any pictures of the final product. I'm really hurt by all this. I just wanted to share something I'm excited about with her. Am I the asshole? No, you're not.
No,
Absolutely not. Oh my God.
Your friend's a selfish little shit thinking that, you know, uh,
the world
you
does
got
not revolve around you and your choices. You cannot like somebody's cosplay. You cannot like the character. Shut your mouth. It's not your opinion. Like
I
this,
think,
this ain't it.
no, for real. I think some people forget that they're not the main character of like the world. And so when like things happen that they don't like, they're like, oh my God. And it's just, it's so silly. And like, this friend is really, really selfish.
Hmm.
And it's perfectly fine to not like a show, to not like a character, to not like whatever. Like, here's hot take, but your friends can like different things and different characters from you, and you can still be
No, that's
friends, and that
illegal,
doesn't
Kat.
make them a bad person, and it
That's
doesn't make you a
illegal.
bad person. And also, like, this person already bought the fabric. They're clearly very, very excited about it. And for this person to come and just take the wind out of their sails is disgusting. And I have had this happen before, and it sucks and it hurts a lot, especially when you're really, really excited and you want to share your plans with your friends and they don't give a shit. Or, well, I shouldn't say that. They can be very, very weird about it.
They're shitting on your parade, and
Exactly, exactly. And it's
it's
just not
yeah,
necessary. Um,
it is 100% unnecessary. I actually got real big mad reading this, because I haven't had
honestly,
somebody
same.
be like, "What was that?"
Honestly, same. I'm sorry. One
Oh,
sec. My cat is
no,
screaming.
you're okay. I've had this happen, not with friends, thankfully, but I've had it happen where I'm like just walking around on the show floor in a cosplay, and somebody comes up and they're like, "Oh, you like this character?" And I'm like, "Yeah, she's fun. You know, I enjoy her. I like her design, so I made the dress." And they were like, "Oh, that's nice. I don't really like her." And I'm like, "Okay, that's cool. Did I ask for your opinion?" Um, so
Oh my
yeah,
God,
no,
that makes me so mad.
and he like
Hmm?
followed me around the show floor for a little bit, like just, well, why do you like this character? I don't really like her. I don't really know why you're dressed up as her. And I'm like, dude, I like the
Brother,
design.
oh,
Calm down, number one. No, it's insane. And oh, you have to run all of your cosplay ideas by me. No, I don't. Fun fact, no,
no,
I do not. You
absolutely
know,
not.
if there's like there like I want to give like a little bit of the benefit of the doubt and be like, okay, like maybe they have a trigger with certain characters, but if they're mad about two separate characters from the same game, the same series, there's an issue there. And it's just, I don't want you to have fun. I want to be
We
the
call
main
that
character in this.
gatekeeping in this community.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Real.
It's just, I want to be the main character, so therefore you can't do the thing that you want. It's like, fun fact.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yes, they can.
it's very black and white thinking, which to
Hmm.
me is a huge red flag. And I don't know about them, but I would not be friends with this person if they think that I have to run all of my cosplay ideas by them. I can't cosplay any characters that they don't dislike, even in the slightest. Like, I I have been through this before, and it really, really sucks.
Hmm.
Um, and like, honestly, there was. I'm not gonna name names, and I'm not gonna like say what the cosplay is, but there was a cosplay I did a couple years back that I was really, really excited for, and I worked really, really hard on. And somebody who I was friends with at the time, just every chance she could, she would take the wind out of my sails. She would tell me everything that was wrong with it. She actually did try to sabotage that cosplay at one point and got really
Oh,
upset when I was giving attention.
I remember you telling me about this
Yeah.
in a podcast a while back.
Oh God.
Yeah, it got
Oh.
messy, messy. And of course we're not friends anymore, but like between that and the way like some other things that like happened, I pretty much retired that cosplay and I have not cosplayed that character since. Um and so it sucks. So, I really hope that this person goes through with their cosplay and does what makes them happy because I don't, as far as I'm aware, if there's any Danganronpa fans listening that can like tell me if this character is like, I don't know, truly like the worst ever, then okay, but it doesn't seem like this character is that terrible. The only controversial thing I'm seeing here is the red armband, and they're finding a really good creative workaround.
Oh,
So,
Rose Circlet, which, is
Hmm.
an R band. I found some comments from the person who made this, and again, this
yeah,
has been long deleted.
yeah, let's hear it.
Here's the comments back and forth between two people. So the friend, she's cosplayed Monokuma herself, which is why I don't get her saying Korekiyo is bad. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
yes, he is, but is he really worse than Monokuma? Monokuma's
Like,
I've seen
aren't they
that.
all pretty
Hey,
morally gray characters?
I've
who's
seen the
gonna
stuff.
tell him that like every character in Danganronpa is seriously morally gray
Have you
and
watched?
Yeah,
like
Have you
almost
like
being a villain themselves?
no?
exactly.
And here's the
So
response.
silly.
He's not complete.
Surprise!
He's not completely a bad person. There's a lot of badly portrayed and done stuff on his character though, but that really
Mhm.
doesn't matter. Cosplaying is kind of about taking a character and giving them their little twist. Maybe try and see if your friend's dislike of Kiryoka relates to some personal discomfort or experience, but definitely not the asshole. She refuses to even tell me why she hates him other than that he killed Tinko. I don't know who that is. Like
I don't
Bestie,
know either.
like Bestie, you're upset over a fictional murder. If you're that upset over a fictional murder, go touch grass. Personally, I think the thing with his sister was interesting. Anyway, um,
Spoiler.
Yeah, the biggest takeaway from this is get fucked and go touch grass.
Yeah, the
pretty
biggest one
much,
is definitely touch grass.
Hmm.
and
People
get
are going to
fucked.
cosplay characters that you
Yes.
don't like. And that's
It's gonna
totally fine.
happen.
There are people who cosplay characters I can't stand, and you know what? I can still
Same.
appreciate the craftsmanship in it. I can still appreciate why they might like that character. But I'm not going to walk up to them and tell them, well, you can't cosplay that because I don't like them. You have to run all of your cosplay. Get fucked. Go
Honestly,
touch
Yeah, no,
yeah.
grass.
Oh my
literally.
God.
Yeah,
I
OP
had
is
this
definitely not the
happen at
asshole
a
on this.
con not too long ago. I was doing a group with some friends, and this guy was like, "Hey, I really like everyone's cosplay. Can I get a photo?" And of course, we're like, "Sure." So we're posing, we're having a good time. And he walks straight up to my friend Beba and like starts talking about how problematic the character is. And I just took a moment and I'm like, "What the?" And she handled it
Hmm.
beautifully. And she was kind of having a little in character moment. And she's like, "Yeah, I love being problematic. That's what I'm all about." And I'm just like cracking up because it's funny as hell. And this guy just gets really flustered and runs away. But I'm just like, why was that necessary?
Yeah,
Hmm.
if you can't handle somebody telling you to get fucked when you do shit like that, like don't
Hmm.
say it.
Hmm.
Again,
Eh,
touch grass.
And
Yes.
literally, as we said, get fucked. So, Minty Cat,
Hmm.
are they the asshole or not?
No, they are not.
Not at all. Their friend
Nope.
sucks, and I don't think they should be friends with this person.
And someone said, as someone literally said, you need to drop your friend. And also, someone has said that
Real.
it sounds like they're trying to do anything, everything they can to manipulate and control what you do,
Hmm.
Yep.
which in itself is a toxic friend. Anyway,
Yes.
that is the one I read. Yeah, next one.
Next.
Who wants to go?
You want
I
to go,
can do
Luna?
that one.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, yeah. Those are good purrs, baby. Good job. Dude,
Am I
yeah, do you
oh
want to get this one a crack, Minty?
yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
I read them this week so I can actually like verbalize them. Uh am I the asshole for not wanting my husband to wear a political hat at a con? No, this is a bit of a heated topic, so please be kind. I, 31 female, consider myself more central. My husband, 34 male, is more Republican leaning. We're going to an anime convention,
Ooh.
and on the last day, my husband wants to wear a hat supporting Trump. Political leanings aside, I asked him not to because I know how people on both sides can get, as I've seen on social media, and I don't want to be put in a possible scenario of getting verbally abused or attacked during a time where we're supposed to have a fun weekend. My husband thinks I'm being absurd because the con has no harassment policy and thinks it's disturbing that I think people would do that, as well as thinking I care so much about what people think. My argument is that I just want to enjoy the con, don't want to risk being put in a bad situation, and it feels like he's pushing my boundaries by forcing me into a potentially bad situation. I said that I don't know if I would hang with him during that day, and he got upset that I wasn't being supportive of him. He's very into politics, and I'm somewhat am, but mostly keep up with it to have something that we can talk about. I
Hmm.
just don't know if I'm letting my anxious, catastrophic thinking get the best of me. You absolutely are not. Cons are a
Mm-mm.
safe space for people on the outside.
Keep
Um,
Hmm.
your political and religious bullshit out of cons, please.
yes.
Hmm.
I'm just
But
saying.
like as a general thing, yes, but also cons in these communities are like filled with people who are considered outsiders, people who they struggle with like socializing and things like that. Like this is their social time. And wearing that, even if you don't believe everything that he says, it can come off as saying, yes, I totally support him and am okay with everything that he says. And that is hurting a lot of people, and it can potentially hurt a lot of people in the future. So I do completely understand, but also, yeah, don't unless it's like a specific panel or something, like looking into the politics of a certain timeline within an anime, or like why an anime or manga was written the way it was, and doing an analysis on like the political strifes that were going on at the time that the story was written. Okay, cool. But otherwise, yeah, keep it at home.
Honestly, yeah, I will try to be as neutral about this as I am. For the record, I do not support Trump. Never have, never will.
Yeah.
But my personal opinion on Trump aside, I don't think it is a good idea for this person to wear a political hat, especially when it's on a political figure who is very, very controversial. It causes a lot of discourse. And even though most, if not all, cons have a no harassment policy, I'm gonna be so fucking real with you, besties. Some cons don't always enforce that, and that doesn't mean that you won't get harassed.
Mhm.
Um, and I don't think it's a good idea. And I think that the wife here has every right to be like, hey, I'm really uncomfortable with this. I don't think it's a safe situation. Um, and historically, as Minty said, there are a lot of people who are outsiders in the community, and people come from all walks of life. However, the nerd and the cosplay community is historically leaning a little bit to the left.
Yep.
And some of the things that Trump is known for supporting, um, how do I put this? They're very, very controversial and uh oh gosh, how do I say this without
I could be the
I
hot take one if needed, but
yeah, he
I get what you're saying, Kat. I get what you're
yeah,
saying.
some of the stuff that Trump historically stands for is not is not the kindest, I guess. And
it
some
ain't
people
it.
might, and some
That
of
ain't
it
it, Chase.
is considered hate speech.
We can,
There can be a lot of debate on that in general. You can do whatever you want with that. But by wearing a Trump hat and going to a convention, it sounds like he is just wanting to start a fight, start a problem. Like he is
Oh yeah.
actively looking for something. And even if that's not his case, even if he's just trying to find like fellow people who do like Trump or do lean right, I don't think that's the best way to do it. Because you're gonna
No.
make everyone really, really uncomfortable. Like, I'm going to assume that this guy would be very uncomfortable if someone wore like a Biden hat or a Harris hat. Like, I literally just saw a post from DragonCon, that someone was wearing a Harris pin, and this guy came up and started bleeding in this person's face like a sheep. Um, And so, so you can't tell me that, oh, the harassment policy will protect me. No, it will not.
No, it
No
will
matter your
not.
political leaning. No, no, it will not.
Alright.
So I don't think it's a good idea. And I think that this wife has every right to be uncomfortable and not want to hang around her husband if he's going to go and make a silly decision like that.
No, I agree. So we do not talk about politics or religion of any sort on this channel, but I will say this. Outside the con, I get it. People have freedom of speech to do their political and religious things like you see at every other con outside. But inside the con floor, everyone is going to a con inside to have fun, cosplay, meet up with people, have a good time. Please, please leave any political and religious stuff. And I have nothing against people, spouting talking about their beliefs or anything outside of con, but
Mhm.
inside a con, please leave that at the door. Please. I cannot
Yes.
stress that enough because people are there to have a good time. No one's there to get into any arguments because next thing you know, you'll get kicked out. Someone's con will be ruined. And next thing you know, there's a chance you may not be able to go back to that con just because of what someone was talking about politically or religiously. That's all I'm saying
Absolutely.
about
Yep.
that. Again, I don't like talking about politics or religion on this channel. This is a safe space in a sense, inclusive.
For sure.
But please leave your religious and political stuff outside
Yes.
the door when you're going to a convention. So honestly,
Mm.
no, the wife's not the asshole, but
No,
Yes.
far from.
her
Yeah.
husband really should have like thought maybe I shouldn't be wearing this at a convention. Anywhere
Mhm.
else, okay. At a
Or
con,
even just to like keep his wife's feelings in mind, like politics
Yeah,
aside, your partner is really uncomfortable with this. Can you maybe make a compromise or just like not do it?
yeah. No, I do agree that like I said, cons in these communities are places where people are able to express themselves in a way that they're not able to in the rest of their daily lives.
Mhm.
Um, and stuff's gonna get a little bit weird and you might get a little uncomfortable with it. But like these are supposed to be safe spaces for a lot of people, to be
Absolutely.
able to be openly expressive. And for you can DM me if you want my opinions because I'm very open and very vocal
Yes.
about it, but I'm not going to
Same
be
here.
here.
Yes,
Um,
no, out of respect for Wade and out of respect for the channel, I also have very, very strong opinions that probably piss a lot of people off.
woo,
But yeah, see,
and I
I think
appreciate
people
you both
forget.
doing that
Yes,
too.
he
Thank you.
technically can wear the hat to the convention, freedom of speech, but that protects him from the government, not me.
yeah, freedom of speech, not freedom from consequences.
Exactly.
But also
Exactly.
this is like
Wife is
these
not the
spaces
asshole.
should be neutral for that reason, is because some people
Yes.
are escaping. Sometimes this is their safe space from families who do more morally agree with the right,
Mhm.
or with things that are negative against somebody who's going into these spaces. So the whole point is that they're supposed to be more neutral. Um, but also, yes, as Kat said, they tend to lean more left, which is totally fine. But again,
Mhm.
it's supposed to be a neutral space. And I think wearing anything political inside or wearing anything highly religious or doing anything like that, is already a massive social faux pas for the community. But
Absolutely.
also, yeah, it kind of just looks like you're picking a fight, guy.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think wife is the asshole at all.
Mm-mm. No,
No,
definitely far from the asshole.
Hmm.
no. I mean, when it comes to choosing something like this, when it comes to con, the only question I need to be asked if you're gonna make me choose a side is Batman or Superman, and I'm always gonna go with Batman.
Because that's the right answer.
Only time we'll ever get into like an argument with someone about anything.
Oh, I'm about to start a fight then. I'm sorry, Marvel only.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay. I was
Okay, good,
kidding.
you're canceled.
Let's go.
Ooh.
All right. But yeah, no, all in agreement, not the asshole, but in reality, just be mindful when going to a convention, especially when it comes to every stuff that's also cosplay related. Just please be mindful. Do not
Mhm.
Yeah.
go to a don't even, I wouldn't even say, go to a con cosplaying as a political figure is a bit. I mean, if it's a fictional political figure, that's one thing, like Palpatine or
Oh yeah,
whoever,
yeah.
Mhm.
but like a real life political. I saw
Yes.
at Rose City, I saw a picture of someone cosplaying as a Jedi version of Abraham Lincoln. I'm like, Abraham Kenobi. Okay, that is clever. That is
Yeah.
clever
If
because
it's
you're not.
far enough back that it doesn't actively affect people today, I don't have as much of a problem unless it's done in very poor taste. Like if someone like went to a con and they're like, ha ha ha, I'm Kennedy, but look at me, I got shot. Ha ha,
Oh
aren't I so
God,
funny and so controversial?
no,
I think that's in poor taste, but that's just
That
me.
is,
no,
no matter what your
and
political leanings are, yeah, that's super poor taste.
Yeah.
no, I'm all in agreement. Anyway, next one.
Next. All right. I will read this one if my cat decides not to yell. She keeps trying to pull the pop filter off my mic, so that's been interesting. All right. Am I the asshole for getting my ex kicked out of Comic-Con? Just needing an opinion from an outside perspective to cool my nerves. No real names or such. Um, but if you know me or the situation, please leave this post and leave me alone. My ex uses they, them, so please respect that. Long story short, me and my ex cut contact Halloween 2023. They, quick trigger warning, assault. They choked me and they made many of my other friends feel uncomfortable and unsafe. My friends' details aren't mine to share. Absolutely, I agree. I'm a cosplayer and 2024 has just been one stressful con after another. Worrying before and during con to the point I'm physically exhausted afterwards. What doesn't help is I already have CPTSD. No clue how it's happened, but they have become a trigger for me. It sounds like they as in the X. Okay. I cannot get close to them without going into fight or flight. I can't know if they're in the same location as me without being on the edge of a breakdown. Last con I attended was with my friends. We've started a project. Won't go into details about it here, but it meant that we had a stall right next to the entrance. This was our project's first con. The con opens up and I see my ex walk in. I immediately book it out of the room. A friend follows and tries to calm me down, and they contact security. I explain in detail to security the situation. The event runner and the location manager get involved. Woof. I'm given the option to have my ex escorted off the premises. Let's see. Because of our stall, I said yes. I haven't been eager for this option as I worry it'll be more of a personal issue. But I couldn't manage what we were doing with the no knowledge that they're nearby me in a small venue. This all happened within 30 minutes of the con opening. My ex stayed outside the entrance until my friend went out for a vape break. My ex's friend then apparently tried to get them back in. However, security stayed firm on their no. I will admit, my ex is blocked, but I still check their socials. Okay. Mainly because they announce their next event in their bio. However, sometimes it's driven by paranoia. Oh, okay, that's more understandable. Um, I was given some kind of, I was expecting some kind of attempted contact from them as I received voicemails and emails from them for small things like rejoining dating apps. Brother, ugh! I checked their social and they've changed the account to inactive account with a Google Doc basically saying the account is done. Oh boy. I don't know if I've blown this all out of proportion. My friends are backing me up and supporting me, but I need some input from someone not involved. Am I the asshole?
No, they're not. And as this one person said, you didn't lose it and you handled it appropriately. And it sounds like their ex has a lot of issues, but
Mm-hmm.
the fact to the point that they had to get kicked out of a con really shows that that's just oi.
Mm-hmm.
As a staff member of a convention where this happens a lot, we get a lot of communications about like, oh, well, this person's an abuser,
Mm-hmm.
like you need to blacklist them, things like that outside of a con.
For sure.
I am very happy to see that that OP didn't react until they were at con. And at that point, yes, that is where you start grabbing security. That's where you start grabbing department heads. That's where you start grabbing someone who can do something about this, because I'm sorry, I'm very glad you cut contact in Halloween of last year, because choking someone out is unacceptable behavior. And if they are willing to do that outside of a convention, what are they willing to do inside of a convention? So no, they're not the asshole. They handled this perfectly. They didn't confront anybody. They notified con security. They said, "Hey, I am exceedingly unsafe. Here's the issues that I've had with this person." And especially when it gets physical, or
Yes.
comes to physical things like this, OP did perfectly fine. The event did excellent of responding to this immediately.
Oh my God,
And
yeah.
they are absolutely not the asshole.
Absolutely. I relate to this one a lot. I am not going to go into extreme detail, but I went through something very similar. And I also have CPTSD. And I am in therapy. I am getting treatment. However, I cannot be around very particular individuals because I shut down to the point where I am a danger to myself, not to others, but just to myself. Um, And I have had some cons be really, really good when I've contacted them about it. And I've had some cons just go, oh, well, it's a he said, she said, and you don't have enough evidence and blah, 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 blah. This con handled it so well. Oh my God. Uh, any con runners or anyone wanting to run a con, please take notes from this.
Yes.
Like you got to understand, yes, there's going to be people who have falling outs, who have drama. And that's just bound to happen when a community is this big. Not everybody is going to get along. But if someone is putting their hands on another person without consent, that person does not deserve to be in the space. Point blank, period.
Yep.
No,
Um,
I agree. Sorry.
oh no, you're good. So the issue that some cons run into, like I said, this is coming from a con staffer. This is coming from
Mhm,
somebody who has to answer these inquiries. So take it with a grain of salt from me.
for sure.
It can be very difficult for things, especially when it's just drama, is sorting out the drama from the actual, like, there's a police record or something like that.
Mhm,
And especially if it's something that happens outside of con, and it's not reported like, hey, this person makes me really uncomfortable. What can we do? Some cons are going to be really, really good about it,
mhm.
especially if it's something like this, where they have put their hands on an attendee before, even if it's outside of the convention. Um,
Yes.
Good on them for taking action. Unfortunately, it as much as I hate to say it, because there are some people that I get triggered around at cons, um, I can't just email them and say, well, you need to ban them because XYZ. And it's hard for cons to be able to say that without like physical, like there's a police record, there's an investigation or something like that, especially if it's happened outside of con. And I'm just saying this is at pre-con. So, not saying that, well, the cons won't believe you or anything like that. It's just saying if you're coming to a con, so say it's like ECC.
Mhm,
I do not work for ECC. As a disclaimer. Um, but if you email like ReadPop and say, hey, this person is abusive, um, if you say it in like October, there's not a whole lot that ReadPop can do.
mhm.
There's not a whole lot that ECC can do. But if you go up to
Correct.
somebody and say, hey, this dude's being really freaking weird and has been weird in the past at con,
Mhm.
then they can take action, which is why I am like super applauding OP. I am super applauding the event. This was
Yes.
fantastically handled. But just know if you do have these issues, um, in between the con happening or con ending and con happening, it can be it's a very dicey place for cons to be able to say no, you're blacklisted, if it
Mhm,
does turn into a he said she said, and unless there is something really heavy or like there's a legit, like I said, like police report number or something like that, then they can take action. But it's a really dicey area. But again, if anything does happen at con, if you see this person, if anything like that, like what happened in this situation,
mhm.
beautifully done. I love seeing it. I want to keep seeing that.
Absolutely. Well, and I appreciate that this person took a moment, to kind of decompress. They
Mm-hmm.
went, they told staff, they looked at their options. I think that's a really, really good way to handle it. Um, and I think emailing is definitely good. Um, but I think it's worth kind of following up at the con as well if you can.
Absolutely. Please do that. Because if you email in, especially if it's like my team, there isn't much that we can do. We
Hmm.
can like we can notify people, but until the con actually happens, there's not a whole lot that a lot of teams can do. Absolutely. You get it on their radar at least, but just
Start a
know that
paper trail.
yes, just know that not a whole lot of action can be taken until the con, but always, 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 always follow up with con security, con staff, floor staff, anyone that you can get a hold of. Because again, email can only give you so much action until you get to con.
Hmm. Well, and I think a hard thing is they can't background check every single person who goes into the con. Would that
Mm-mm.
be great? Sure, but
Oh yeah.
It'd be very
it's
time
just not
consuming as a
feasible.
motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know that one of the people who has done this to me I know that they do have a criminal record. Not necessarily for something they did to me, but something that they have done to someone else. And it is very well documented that this
Mhm.
person has put their hands on other people and has physically tried to fight people both in and out of con, amongst other things that I won't go into because I don't want to trigger anybody. But yeah, just I think it's very, very important to believe survivors. Um, yeah, it's hard and my heart goes out to this person and good on this con for taking action. Like, oh my gosh, that is incredible. I really, really want to see more cons do that. Yeah, so I don't think this person is the asshole at all. And
No.
frankly, I hope their ex gets banned from like all of the local cons so that the message is really put out there. I know that's me. If I ran the world, that's how I'd do things. But X sucks. This person is not in the wrong at
Mm-mm.
all. They handled it beautifully.
No, I
Yes.
agree, not the asshole. Um.
Sorry for going on my staffer rant there. I just
Oh
No,
no, no,
no,
no,
I
no.
get you.
I have the utmost respect for staff wholeheartedly on when it comes to handling situations like that. I mean, hell, we
yeah,
did
because
a figure. Sorry.
I see a lot of emails like that through the year, and it breaks
Hmm,
my heart that I can't do anything about it. And it
for
Mm,
sure.
hurts even more when I have to tell them like I can pass this on. I can get it on our radar. We can't do anything until AtCon. Like if it's a serious, serious issue, go to the police right now. But like there's nothing that we can do until either con or we are given evidence that they are literally a danger to everybody else at the convention.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm not saying this to be I wasn't saying all of that to be callous or anything or to be like cons don't really give a shit, but it's just there's a lot of things that go on at a convention. There's only so many things that people can cover. And if it's outside of the convention, there's not a whole lot that they can do. But just know that the people behind those emails that you're getting back, it breaks our hearts to have to say that to you. And I feel so bad about some of the situations that I've been informed about. But please, absolutely, if it's really serious, go to the authorities. If it's something that happened at con, immediately go and tell staff. If you are uncomfortable with anybody because of those situations, go and tell staff at con.
Mhm.
Is exactly what I tell people, and it's just know I my soul hurts when I read these because I know how
Mhm.
much that sucks and how much of a safe space conventions can be for people. So
Absolutely.
no, again, I wholeheartedly agree. And I mean, hell, we even did a freaking panel a while back. I think it was you and Chris came on about staff before con
Mhm.
and how staff just gets the brunt of everything from attendees.
For
Lordy,
sure.
Not gonna name any
Lordy.
con. I'm not gonna name any cons, but
Yeah. I
anyway.
I think the only thing I want to kind of put out to staff who is maybe like listening or reading any of this is, you know, do your research. Absolutely. Believe survivors. If there's evidence, of course, ban this person.
Yes.
And also, if a lot of emails are coming in about one person, not all of them can be wrong. I think it's very important to put that on the radar
Mhm.
and definitely read into things. Is this, are a lot of the stories matching up? Is this behavior a pattern? Yeah, no, absolutely. Look into banning this person because not not very many people are going to go that out of their way to create some elaborate scheme to get somebody banned. I'm not saying that it's never happened. Nobody goes out of their way to say, hey, this person is genuinely dangerous and needs to be away from con, you know? But
Mm,
yeah. Sorry,
I
I'm just
agree.
very passionate about
Oh no,
this.
you're completely valid.
No,
So,
same on that. Like I said, I didn't mean to go on the
oh no,
spiel
no,
or
no,
anything,
Nah,
but
no, I get you.
you're completely fine. So I was gonna read the fourth one, but I want to read the special one because
Yeah,
this kind of proves how fucked up a anime fandom can be sometimes. And I think Kat knows which one I'm talking about.
oh,
So this was posted 2 months ago because also we gotta wrap this episode up anyway.
right.
Um
One more.
so this was posted 2 months ago. by guilty underscore signatures 6315. It
Mhm.
has 40 upvotes and 114 comments. Holy
Ooh.
shitballs. All right, so am I the asshole for yelling at my girlfriend because of her weird anime obsession? And I've read through this, and no, you're not the asshole. I'm sorry, but I'm with OP on this. I, 28 male, have been with my girlfriend, 26 female, for over a year now, and things have generally been good between us. However, there's one issue that's caused a lot of tension lately. Her intense and her intense and frankly erotic obsession with My Hero Academia.
Ooh.
I think that the name itself just
That sums it up right there.
it sums it up, and I've seen how the fan can be like, what the
Oh
fuck?
my god,
Not
yeah.
everyone, not almost any anime fandom will have
For
those
sure.
fans. Not everyone. I'm a casual anime fan. Always have been, always will. I do not ship. I don't this. I don't that. Like I get some people. I get some, but like at the end of the
Mhm.
day, I don't want to hear about how you're shipping this character with this character when they're clearly siblings, or how these two are hated, or how this one is not even that, but you just want it to happen, even though, like, get help, please.
Like, I
Don't
don't
talk
think
to me or my
there's.
magical girl wall ever again.
I'm just,
Oh my god, I can't believe that you're shitting on Bokudeku. Oh, you're so
How
mean,
dare
Wayne.
you?
Clearly you're a terrible person. No, I'm kidding.
oh
Um,
God.
I I have no problem with shipping as long as it's not like super gross stuff like Wayne was talking about, and you're not being weird about it, you know? Being like, oh, clearly my ship is canon and everybody else is wrong. Like,
Mm,
shut up.
hmm. This could be an interesting read still. Now, let me clarify that I have no problem with people having fantasies or enjoying adult content based on fictional characters, but my girlfriend takes it to an extreme. She spends a significant amount of time reading and writing explicit fan fiction, oh God, creating and consuming fan art that's borderline pornographic, and she's even purchased adult-themed merchandise related to My Hero. Oh. Oh, this poor fucker.
Oh, okay. What character is it though? Like if it's an
Um,
adult character, then okay. But if it's like the students, then I don't know about that.
it's gonna say here in a bit.
Okay.
At first, I try to be understanding. I figured everyone has their interest, and they do. And as long as it's not hurting anyone, it's fine. However, it's gotten to the point where it's affecting our relationship. She constantly talks about the sexual fantasies she has involving the characters. Oh God. And she's been trying to involve me in them. For instance, she
What?
bought a body pillow with Bakugo's face on it and placed it between us when I try to cuddle with her. And I've seen some
Sorry.
weird,
Ugh.
Not
I've seen
the
some,
medical world, honey.
and I've seen some weird fucking body pillows.
Oh my God.
Pointing case Kamori-kan.
I saw a Jar Jar Binks one at anime last year.
I saw that at Kamori-kan. I just busted up laughing like if I had the money, I would buy it.
Have you guys seen the like neckbeard fedora dude, Milady one that somebody
Yes.
sells? I
Oh
love
my
that
God,
one.
it's so funny.
That is just when I go there, I've told her repeatedly that it's weird. She has a half-naked 16-year-old anime character on her pillow, but she called me dramatic
Oh
and shrugged
boy.
me off. Like having a body pillow, there's nothing wrong with having.
Ugh.
There's nothing wrong with having body pillows.
Ugh.
I remember when the Sebastian Michaelis pillow was a thing. I remember when the Soldier
How
76 one.
dare you call me out?
I
Listen,
know, and I mean, I have nothing against body pillows if they're like of waifus or husbandos or whatever, but like if it's, I mean, yeah, the character may be voiced by an adult and written by adults, but they're still underage, and it's
yeah,
like I don't, I mean, like I get like even adults I see cosplay character from My Hero, and there's nothing wrong with that because it'll age them
for sure.
up. But yeah, and yeah, she shrugged him off. Recently, she started pressuring me into cosplay as one of the characters, specifically one she fantasizes about. I've
Oh
tried to,
no.
I've tried to I'm guessing it's Bakugo, which is very, very wrong in so many
Probably.
ways.
It's always Bakugo or Todoroki, I swear.
Or Aizawa,
Yes.
but
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 Aizawa's an
Aizawa,
adult, so
Aizawa is an
Aizawa.
adult,
Aizawa,
though.
excuse me.
Okay, well that's
Listen,
yeah,
listen,
that's
Aizawa, I understand.
The other two.
I
Listen, hear me
mean
out.
Hear me out.
that hair. Recently,
Yeah.
she started pushing me to cosplay as one of the characters, specifically one she fantasizes about. I've tried to tell her gently that I'm not comfortable with it. I'm not into cosplay to begin with, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Hmm.
If you're not into it, that's fine, but don't pressure or force your partner to do something they do not want to do. That right there is borderline controlling. Um, but she and I'm not into blah blah blah. Blah. Yeah, to begin with there, and the sexual aspect of her obsession makes me extremely uncomfortable. But she insists that
Yes.
it would be hot, quotation marks, and that I would enjoy it if I just give it a chance. And
Oh my
yeah, I've got to leave that.
God.
I'm just gonna leave that there for many reasons.
Did my
Last
ex like ghostwrite this? What the hell?
last week, she went ahead and bought me a costume, expecting me to wear it for a private role-playing scenario. Oh, good
Oh
God!
no.
I lost my
This
temper.
is so funny.
I lost my temper. I yelled at her that was sick of her pushing her erotic fantasies on me, and that I felt disrespected by her obsession with My Hero Academia. I told her it was crossing a line and that I couldn't participate in something that would make me I would feel very uncomfortable in like as I always say, I'm uncomfortable. That would
Hmm.
be my situation. She was shocked and hurt by my outburst. She accused me of being closed-minded and unable to appreciate her passions. We ended up having a heated argument, and since she's been distant and upset with me. Now, I'm left wondering if I overreacted. You did not, dude, my dude. You did not. I feel guilty for you shouldn't be
Hmm.
feeling that, but I also feel like my boundaries were repeatedly violated. And they were. Her sister and her
Yes,
other
they
anime
were.
friends have been spamming me nonstop and calling me an asshole for what I did and told me I was ruining the anime for her. So Reddit, am I the asshole for yelling at my girlfriend over erotic obsession with My Hero Academia and pressuring me to cosplay? No.
Not at
No.
all.
And here's an update. Yeah, this is why
Oh,
I
okay,
picked this one.
okay.
Update. So I've taken into consideration what all of you have to say. I want to start off by thanking you all. Me and my girlfriend had a normal bedroom life before she began her anime obsession. These last few years with her have been great. It's only this recent change that caused a shift. That's
Hmm.
weird.
That's
However,
suspicious.
there has been some new information in the last few days that I should add. I found out after I posted this, but I think I should update you guys. A friend of her had reached out and told me that she had cheated on me with someone she had met at this anime convention she went to a while
Nope.
back.
Oh my
Nope. Nope. Nope.
God.
What
Baggy
the
yikes.
fuck?
Big old baggy yikes.
Divorce immediately. Get out of there. Ew.
All right. Her friend showed me pictures of her and this guy in cosplay with his hand around her waist. There
Oh.
are more graphic pictures that I would rather not talk about. I don't blame you, my dude.
Oh.
I feel really conflicted and frankly idiotic for not seeing or noticing any of the signs. She's so
Oh.
protective of her phone. Her wallpaper is of her edited with Bakugo, which I thought was super
Ugh.
weird, and I still kind of do, but who I am to judge. She's also been going on and turning her location off randomly, which is giving
Ooh.
more reason to believe that her infidelity is more constant than just one time. She's been more intensely into anime and cosplay. So I'm not gonna read that
Oh
word.
my God.
After the
Oh,
convention
I have
and after
words.
discussing more with her friend, I found that it's because she had slept with someone who was in cosplay. It's fair to assume he had remained in cosplay during coitus as well. I'm not sure what to do because we recently moved into an apartment and signed a lease for the next 6 months, so I don't know if I should confront her or just keep quiet and distant. Dude,
Oh
say something or
no.
it's gonna
Run.
get really worse.
Yeah,
I
no, you
can't
Time
need
look
to
to
her.
leave
run.
her now. This is
I
some
can't.
telenovela shit. Oh my God.
I
Oh,
can't
this
look at
poor
I
guy.
can't look at her the same at all anymore. All I see is someone who's cheated on me, and it makes me so angry. I'm not sure about kicking her
Mhm.
out, either. She's had a tough time adjusting after her mother died. The previous episodes made it harder for her to keep a job, so she's been struggling to make ends meet. I've told her to
That's not
save
an
money,
excuse to cheat.
but she
No.
usually spends her paycheck on anime merchandise, which is
Oh,
very expensive,
God.
which it is. It
Yep.
is. I've seen how much those anime statues go for at cons.
Oh, yeah.
Freaking buy yourself like, like a month's worth of food with that. Can
Yeah.
someone give me advice? I hope this was posted 2 months ago. So I hoping OP like left
I hope
her
you
sorry
ran.
ass
Yeah.
and left her. 'Cause I was like, okay, I get people like when they cosplay, they like to role play with their partner for specific characters, but when it's that where she's probably cosplaying as someone from My Hero Academia and that person she fucked,
Mhm.
there's gonna be a lot of Kupo noises, by the way. God,
They
I
did the
thought
sideways tango.
Jesus Christ, my dude, like I don't want to think about that. That's just
Oh
like
my God.
I don't okay, yeah, it's sad that her mom died and she's had, depressive
Yeah,
episodes, but that does
for sure.
not give an excuse to like, well, if my boyfriend's not gonna do it, I'm gonna go with. So I'm guessing she went to the
Oh,
con with her and her friends and met the guy there.
sounds like
Mhm.
it. Yeah. Either
And he
that or
was
they
That's
must have met
and
authentic.
online
and he
in like a
was
fan
more
group or
and I'm
something.
guessing he was more into it like, yeah,
Mhm.
okay. Well, if your boyfriend's and I doubt she told that guy that she was with someone. I
Of
mean,
course not.
if she
Oh,
did,
highly doubtful.
if she did and he didn't care, then those two freaking deserve each other. You're not
Mhm.
the asshole. Your girlfriend's a word I can't say on here.
Just bleep it.
Your girlfriend's a whore.
Ooh.
It's a nice way of saying I could have said another word, but that
Oh,
word
no,
is
I
very
get you.
offensive.
No, I get you. I get you.
Oh no, there are many things that I could say right now.
Oh my
Because
God,
that
yeah.
kind of
And
shit,
we
no.
gotta, yeah.
Yeah,
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 that
we'll give it
Give your guys' quick opinions before we end this episode.
for sure.
brother, what's
But
that? You need to run. Yeah, no, that's weird. I am like I'm not about that life. Like if the character in the show is portrayed consistently as a minor, absolutely not. Nope, nope, that's crossing a major line. I wish OP the best in the growth of his shiny spine, because
Mhm.
he needs to be a little more firm on the you are crossing all of my boundaries, stop it. And as a final thing, one of the comments on this was also doesn't like to be yelled at, but she had a Bakugo pillow. Darling, I don't think you understand how he would treat you.
Oh my God.
Bakugo's
It
an
probably got after
asshole.
that. She's like, oh my God, he's yelling at me. Ooh, Bakugo.
Like,
Oh
no,
god.
no, he'll kill a bitch.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It's even scarier with the voice Cat used. Reminds me
Listen,
of that.
listen, I was gonna go harder, but I'm like, nah. Okay.
We don't need those kind of commenters, Cat. Reminds me of that one episode. Reminds me of that episode short of Hell of a Boss with Emberlyn.
Honestly, yeah, this Loki, this is what this is. Like, oh my
Oh,
God,
you're one of
this guy
those.
is not the asshole at all.
No.
Like,
I hope
here's
he
the
grew a
thing.
spine.
Like, here's the thing. The girlfriend can have her interest. Yes, they can be weird. However, if she is constantly pushing your boundaries, especially when it's a character that is 16,
Ugh.
I'm uncomfy with
Brother,
that. It sounds like
ugh.
he's uncomfy with it. Brother, what is that? And
What's that, brother?
I'm not caught up on the show, but my understanding is the characters do get older. They do grow up. So at this point, the series 3 months ago. So yeah. At that point, the series was close to ending or did end.
Mhm.
If she wants to age up the character, okay, yeah, do whatever. But the fact that she's like, oh my God, this 16-year-old is so hot, daddy. I'm like, "Ugh,
Uh,
ugh." And like the fact that she, she crossed this guy's boundaries multiple times. He tried to say something, and then she's like, well, I'm not getting what I want, so I'm gonna go cheat. Like that's just That's disgusting, and she sucks. And
That's not. I'm gonna not.
I
I'm
don't
not
have
gonna.
nice things to
I'm
say
not
about
gonna
her.
say anything after that sucks comment because I was trying so hard not to say something.
No, I get you. So,
Look,
yeah,
it's-
no, he's not the asshole at all. I'm putting the body pillow between them. I'm sorry. That's funny, but it's so weird.
Oh,
Ugh, brother, ugh.
Ugh, what is that? Like
oh God! I feel
I
sorry
don't know
for.
what she
I
did
feel
with that
sorry.
body pillow.
I feel sorry for anyone who's listening or watching this.
Yeah.
None of this shit is scripted, okay? Like I said,
Oh,
we have. I have this, but we don't use it.
yeah. Long
Anyway.
story short, he's not the asshole. The girlfriend is. She sucks. Honestly, kick her out. I have been cheated on
Please.
before. It's a lot to go through. I sympathize with this guy completely.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Definitely,
not the asshole.
definitely
Kick
relatable on
that
that.
girl to the curb. Kick her out. I'm sorry that her mom died. That's not an excuse to cheat. That's not an excuse to be a shitty partner. Bye bye.
Nope.
And they're both adults too.
Yeah.
Like,
Like adults.
you know,
Mhm.
or like almost they're almost
Hey.
30.
Like they can rent a car.
Mm.
They probably have credit. Like, man, get
Ugh.
together.
Anyway, that
Ooh,
she'll
fuck
do it
no.
for this. God damn it, Cat. Oh God. Oh boy. Anyway, that should do it for this episode of Am I the Asshole Cosplay Edition. Before we end it, Kat, where can people message you if they have their own story or if they found a story that they want to share?
Hello, everybody. I'm sorry. Okay. So, if you have your own story, like personal story that you want to share and you want us to read and give our hot take on, or if you found something that you want us to read, you can send us an email at amitheassholecosplay@gmail.com. That is AITAH cosplay@gmail.com. Again, that is AITAH@gmail.com. I
So
see y'all
catchy.
dancing.
It's okay. It's so catchy though. I mean, why can you not?
Like a little jingle.
Yes, little jingle.
And lastly, drop those links. Starting with you, Minty.
That's me. I'm Minty. Hello.
Hello.
Are we sure?
So you can find all of my cosplay stuff over at Minty Boys and Cosplay on Instagram and Facebook. As I said before, I'm taking a little bit of a gap year, embracing my gifted middle school, high school child life again. So I've been reading. So if you want to hear me yell about books, or if you want to see my book mail, you can
Or
find
watch
me
her
at
yell at
Minty's
books.
Bookshelf.
Yeah.
What was that?
Or watch you yell at books.
Yes, you can watch me yell at books too. But yeah, I mostly yell about books. And you can always DM me for my opinions on like fantasy or stuff because I'm opinionated about everything. So
No, you?
I'm crazy. I know.
And Kat, where can people find you on Instagram to stay up to date with your cosplays and your fur babies?
Okay, so you can find me at Bakudeku Lover 69. I'm
Stop.
kidding.
Get the fuck out now! I'm just kidding.
No, but for real though, you guys can find me at Cat Valentine Cosplay on Instagram, on TikTok, and you can find me at Cat Valentine Cos on Twitter, where I yell about anything and everything.
Oh,
Yeah, you know, if you want some silly fun stuff with some cosplay, yeah, maybe consider giving me a follow or don't. That's fine too.
well, that should about do it for this episode. As always, I'm Wayne the Unknown. Until next time, thank you for listening, and as always, thank you for watching.